How'd you do? Woo!
Yeah.
But I heard you shoot twice, right?
I shot twice. Had a group of 3 of them.
They were on the pond when you got
Probably got 20 yards from the pond. They flew up and went right 10 yards in front of me. And then I
didn't go 20.
It didn't go. He went 50.
He
didn't go straight down. He flew pretty far. Look at that. Oh, first ever duck. Look at that. Look at that curl.
It's a boy, yeah.
Is he banded? No. He ain't banded, but he's a big boy. Me. Okay, guys, so. Alright, so I was walking. I regret not bringing my GoPro. But I went and I was driving up. Actually, when I was going down there, I saw a deer. I can't tell what it was. So I was driving up, got about parked side by side about 40 yards from the side by side, or from the pond, and I walked up about 20, and these guys just 10 yards in front of me, and then there's just 3 in a group. So I lifted up, and I had to wait because there was this tree in front of me, and they got past this tree and I went, and then this guy, they started catching up, so I shot one more time, missed the second shot, but the first shot was a hit. And whenever I went, and that sucker, he was winged, I winged him, and he was going down. And then after that, I was like, oh yeah, so I just started running over there. I had to put another shot in him, but this is a beautiful mallard. Okay, let's go show the rest of the family. We're gonna ask Eric and him.
The skin, I'll get it started, and you just kind of, it's really easy to pull. Okay, so don't try not to pull out the feathers, you want to pull out the skin. So you see that skin?
Yeah.
That way you don't have to mess with all the feathers. And then you just keep pulling it and pull all the way out. And you'll start seeing the meat.
It just pulls off.
You can grab it, yeah, it just pulls off. It's really easy. Feel it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can stick your whole hand in there like that and just push it around, because that's just a whole breast right there.
Looks good.
Yeah. It's dark meat.
It's not like a chicken. It's not plucking. It's more like a dove.
You can pluck them.
But it's like a dove kind of that you could just peel.
Right. Because all you're really going to eat is this, the breast part. There's not really enough meat on the wing or on the back. My grandpa used to do that, pluck them. But then it's like a chicken. You keep the skin on it. And
You cook it like a whole, in the Traeger or whatever.
This is the best way. Duck's kind of like livery tasting too. So you might want to.
I've got a really good marinade to get rid of the
Soak it.
Yeah.
Inside. Either Italian dressing's good. I used to do milk. Milk pulls out like a lot of the game flavor.
I got this new speedy marinade for wild game, and it's funny you said Italian dressing because it's mostly vinegars. Exactly.
Probably good. What is it called?
SPIDIE.
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
We put it on
I-
back strap. Oh, you couldn't even tell us back. So
Okay, so this is the breast all the way down. You got it. This is the guts, so you're gonna stay out of that. So this is all fat. So when you mount it, I could still mount this because you would take all this and you take a spoon and you sit down. You can take it home and do it if you want. You'll stay home and you'll get all that fat off.
Oh yeah.
All the way down. But we'll do that another day.
Yeah.
So this, you just want to go like this, get all that fat. Okay, that's a lot of meat right there. Okay. Now you'll take a knife. I'll get you one. And you're just going to cut it like a back strap. This is the breastplate, just straight down, and then it will peel back, and you'll just slice off and be able to start. This is sharp.
So kind of.
Yeah. You want me to do one side, or just start from one side?
I kind of know how to do
Yeah.
it. So
It's very, very sharp.
look at that.
You got it.
Dang, that's a lot of meat.
Because the bone kind of goes in like this. Back. There's no duck bugs.
They're excited. They're like happy. Look at them both. They're like, we're just gonna sit here.
So,
Yep. And now you can
Smell
stick your
that.
finger in here so you can feel it.
Right, duck dogs?
Pull back.
Right, Penny? It's Bella. Look at her. She's like pointing her tail and she's excited.
Is that a ducky?
oh yeah, it just pulls right off.
Yeah, you probably have to cut
Yeah, I need it.
up here in the front. Let's just see. See. Yeah, you're right on. So there's 2 pieces of meat in here, like a deer. So this is like what they would do, like the tenderloin,
Yeah.
but
Thanks for helping me. I'm
but
kind of new with
it's
this.
already off. I just didn't cut it right there. What we got going on? Now come over here. You can really pull all this. But I'm trying to do it slow. And just give it a little cut on that fat. Pretty much just flaying it off the bone.
Yeah.
Until you get, once I get this one. Okay. Once you get this, what's going on here? Maybe she'll go get them.
Like either one.
Seriously, that would be awesome. She will. She'll just go out and bring them back.
Well, she used to. Alright, so there's one piece of meat. She used to, but now she'll probably want to go out there and get them and go eat them. She's a little jerk. She hasn't been in lots of years. She might drown because she's so big.
Aww.
She can't breathe. Alright, you got this one.
Same.
So now you see. So the bone only goes to right there, right? So you'll just flay it down and just flay it all the way off. It's a good little duck steak.
Yeah.
Never had that before. Or never shot
Is
one.
it greasy?
No.
Like a goose?
It's just, it's gamey. It's like a, I know some people hate it, but I'll tell you this. I went to like a club, a duck hunting club, you know, it was like high end with the guys I used to film with. It was like, and they had a chef there. So we'd go out duck hunting all day, and then every night they'd do something with duck or something. But he made this duck, and he cooked it super rare. I mean, almost raw, and cut it in the little slivers. And you put on like a cracker with some vinegar and stuff. It was delicious, but you'll have to just test it out. 'Cause
Like a
it's
pate or
game.
kind of like
It's
a
gamey.
pesto.
She doesn't like duck on a stick. It is a pretty duck.
There's 3 of them.
So there's a little piece. That's like the tenderloin of the duck.
That's the inside tenderloin.
Is what they say. I don't really know. What we really need to go. I got invited the other day to go do a sandhill crane. And they say that it's red meat, like a steak. It's like a bird, like a steak. They call it like tastes like steak. Filet mignon of the sky. Ribeye of the sky.
Of the sky.
That's
So
what I
they say
heard.
ribeye of the sky or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I said it's your first one. I'd love to just have like, kind of like that pheasant that's open on the.
How many curls? 2.
Does that depend, like, if
So what's
they're
that
young?
mean?
There's probably 3. These are, that's like age, kinda. Like a mature bird will have a bunch of curls back here. And you'll find one every now and then you
A
get
band.
a band. I've only shot one in my life.
I wanted
It was at that same pond I shot my first duck at. It was a reward band, $100.
Awesome.
But I didn't get the $100 because you had to have. They say there's a $100 band on there that said, you know, $100, and then there's supposed to be another band. They said of like when you tagged it,
Identification.
and I didn't have the other one. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm probably just
Still
gonna
a
throw
good
this in
story.
the freezer,
Yeah, it
like
is.
how you said, just to have it, just to keep it.
You're gonna put it in the freezer?
Yeah, just to
If
keep
you want to keep on skinning it out, you just keep going like this. Is real easy, but use a knife or it will tear. It tears real easy. You
Yeah.
know, pull that leg all the way down to right there, and then cut it, or you can just take all the meat off if you want. But it will come away from the body right here and there, and that will give you where you can pull it out. Same with the wings. So you'll want to come up here, and you'll find where that wing is. This one's broken, so it'll be kind of hard, but. So there's the ball joint right there. You see it?
Yeah.
So you'll take that knife and cut all that ball joint off, and then that will become free. Then you can take this and find your bone, push it out, and turn it inside out. And put salt and stuff on it, and get all this yellow off if you want to keep it. And it'll preserve it. Or actually borax. I have some too.
We got some, I'm pretty sure.
We have borax, yeah.
I missed some meat or something.
No, I'm gonna just cut one of these off so you can see. So this is just to show you. I forgot how to do ducks.
Instead of water. It's just such a
Yeah,
great
my friend
boy.
shot a woody last weekend.
So you see how I'm just using my fingers? You can do that all the way around. But just take it away from the body. Very easy to cut. I'm just cutting all that fat a little bit. See, normally I would not cut the meat. I'd just, you see how thin it is? And I'd skin the whole bird. And it takes a while. It takes a while. Neck, the way you get this off, you have to take a knife and you cut all the way around its beak to get all the skin off. And then you use your fingers and pull it, and then you pull it back. And then when you get to the eye, you'll have to cut the little thing.
Yeah.
And then get it to right here, skin up in here, and then you'll be able to cut the head off and pull the neck out, and then it'll just be the skin. And then they use fake beaks whenever they mount. Sometimes I use a fake beak and paint it. Some people will clean it from the inside, but that's not worth it.
Thank you.
I forgot about doing ducks. But the neck is just really small, see? Well, mounting them, they're just so tedious, you know.
Such a small little animal.
Yeah, and they could tear so easy when you're fleshing them. You know how many ducks I went through in my life? Called people, sorry guys.
Oh my goodness, Eric. So that's the
That's
neck
the
and
neck.
the esophagus?
Yep.
It's like literally peeling it back.
So I'm all the way up now. But all that fat, you see, you can feel those quills.
Yeah.
Those are that's what you want to take it down to. When you start seeing those, used to have a little machine. Okay, see how I'm just, but if you have a spoon, you can get all that fat off. And it'll take it all the way down to the quills.
I see that
You
black
see 'em?
quill coming out. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, you see those little white quills right
Yes.
there?
That?
Yep. So it'll scrape off way easier. Once you get it all laid out flat, put some borax or salt. Use borax. It will start drying up and it will just peel off. But sometimes don't just go real ham because you'll rip it.
Very, very gentle.
But
So spoon instead of knife, you think, would be more gentle?
yeah, once you get it all flat like this, you can lay it down flat, you see, and then you just scrape it. And then when you put that gel or that borax on it, it makes it where it's a lot. You might have to get a knife to get it started. This duck has a lot of fat on it.
That's great.
It'll help them float.
But you can start getting it. See, I have a wire wheel that I usually use, you know, that spins, and it spits it off. You can probably get it out of the barn. But you see how greasy it's getting? That's why you gotta use that.
Yeah, it's like
borax.
oily on
It's
your
oil,
hands.
It's all fat.
Yeah.
That's why if you don't get it all off and you mount it, all that oil will soak through later.
To
and
the
it
feathers
and it makes it look like.
And it'll stink.
Yes. But right around in this area, you'll just have to feel around until you get it going. See? The wing is the worst part because you have to turn the wing inside out. So there's a bone that goes all the way to right here and to here and to here. So you'll have to slowly start. It's best to get the body out first. I'm just trying to show you. But you'll use your little knife and you just barely get it started and going, and then you use your fingers mostly and pull. But leave the bone. Take all the meat off because we'll use the bone to help pull the wings out here. We can still mount this bird. Back here it gets really hard. See? Once you get that on, I'm going to do one side.
Do we still have that bird mounting video? We
No,
can give it to them.
I know.
To try.
Because you could mount these with nothing. You can make your own form and everything, like with a string and just balls and stuff, you know, because you're just making a thing
paper
that's going to
mache?
be the same size as this.
Like a paper mache?
Just a round thing. And then you use a wire to stab into that round thing, you know, for the neck, and you just put your phone around it. I wish we had that. Maybe I should do another duck one day. Maybe I should do ducks again. Maybe I should do ducks again. No,
I'll help you.
I did about. I'll do one if you, just so you can see it. I can't promise how good it will be.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna want to do this one.
Well, yeah, when you get another one, we'll do it from the very beginning and skin it without taking the meat, and then you can have the meat, and then you can see the whole process. And I'll get out my shaver, and you can practice at home. And if you get good enough, then I'll start taking a bunch of ducks and I'll just send them to your house and let you flesh them. Huh?
Yeah, sounds fun to me.
Because that's the part I don't like. No. Okay, so where are we at? This leg's all broke. I about got that anyway.
Yeah, he was the first shot.
That's freaking awesome. And eat it. Okay, so I got that loose, kind of. So you want to undo this from the bone, or from the bird's body. This one's easy. Oh.
Don't worry, it's not gonna get mounted.
Well, I know, but it's still gonna be good.
I have to get like a Woody this weekend if I go.
They are the hardest ones to mount, but those are the best ones to mount. They're
Yeah.
the prettiest. The only reason they're the hardest ones to mount is they're like a diver duck. I pulled that one too hard, but it's still good. But so you want to come here and start right there where that meat is, and take all that meat off to the bone, and leave the leg. Okay, so this one's all broke. You see, it's really hard. But we put once you do that, so this would be connected. You know, normally.
You can pin it.
Yes, you use a wire, and we'd run the wire all the way on the back side of his legs, all the way down to his toe, under the skin. You never see it. That way, then you can move the leg and
How do you
and position
mummify the skin on the leg?
the legs. So that's what I'm saying. When you gotta go all the way down to the down to the bone, which is right there. Then I have this injection that I can put in it. It's like embalming fluid.
Okay,
Basically, I had to
gotcha.
get.
Dries it out.
But it also, it's like a foam, so it also fills it up and then won't let it shrink. But you don't have to do anything. Some taxidermists don't do anything to the feet, and what that happens is they just shrivel up a little bit. But if you pin them open like this, then it just shrivels up and then you paint it. See, we'll put, that's a lot of work, but you put like cardboard in here and then put like a safety pin here. That way it'll keep the feet
Stays
spread
open.
open. Yep.
Got it.
And it dries like that. There's a bunch of different ways though. But there's that other leg. We got that off. Cut around that. Pull the head off if you want to.
Yeah.
But you also can do that too. That's pretty cool. Is if you want to just cut all this off and cut the head off and keep this skull, it will turn into like a Euro mouth with a duck though.
Oh,
It's like a hard skull. Like put it salt all over it or wash it.
that's
Get all
nice.
the meat off. Get the brain out. It's real fragile, and then just let it dry out, and it will
That's
be like a
what I
little
would
Euro.
do.
So, just right where the meat is, or not the meat, but the feathers, and you just follow that beak all the way around. It's kind of tedious. Just want to see if it's easy.
Yeah, it's duck season right now. But it's youth season the whole time, like the same as deer season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I haven't duck hunted in a lot of years.
it's first
I
time.
used to go a lot to the river, Bixby right there. Not anymore. It's too big now, and too many people started going there, and then the game wardens come out there and get onto you. Not that you're doing anything illegal, but
Yeah.
okay. So now that I got that kind of done, now you can just use your fingers, and you just kind of start peeling it back until you get it all started. Every now and then you'll have to cut it. You know, when you get to some. So weird how easy it just, you can skin these things.
What about what's inside its bill?
Inside,
Is there soft tissue in there?
yeah, back under here it is. This is pretty hard.
Use
But you can
one.
preserve all this if you wanted to. There's a way to, with like salt and borax and whatever else. But you have to like cut the back of the head off, get all the brain out, everything. It's easier just to use a fake head. But if you're gonna save this for,
Did you use fake heads?
yes, I use fake heads.
Probably made it. He was pretty far though, so he seemed like I hit him, but I don't know. I never heard, I heard him stop and I never heard him walk since then. So I'm not for sure.
He fell over.
I hope.
Alright, so a good day you'd be just keep going like this, and then you get to his eye, where I'm at, and you cut it off real nice and deep.
I didn't know ducks are like that, like really thick and stuff like I thought they were just like a regular bird.
Okay, so there would be his head. You want to come back here, so you're going to keep it. Cut it. You're going to take a lead off later.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's your beak.
Pretty good.
So go and try to get all much of this off as you can. Maybe even dig in there and try to get the brain out and the eyes. And then let it dry, put salt on it or something. So then you can finish skinning out your duck like this.
It's just crazy
Then
how
you
it
just
just feels right off.
skin it.
Just from there, it's that easy.
Not easy.
I'm gonna go in on it. They're still thinking about it, but it's on the Canadian River.
Oh my.
They've been shooting ducks and stuff like that.
Okay,
I'm
we're at
pretty
the
good at duck calls. though.
end. Back here sucks.
What kind? Do you use duck calls, or do you just have everybody else use them?
No, I use duck calls.
What kind do you use?
I made one. Well, a guy did. It was Caney Creek. We used to go to like those trade shows, you know. And this guy, he's just custom calls. Caney Creek is what I use. But I like all different kinds. I like the duck commander calls. They're easy.
Oh, I want to get some of those. I only have like a couple. I'm not very good at calling. My call's been messing up on me lately. I don't know. I have no idea.
So when we get that flesher deal, this fill in there, way back here, you feel all that? That's like that's just like grease or fat. I forget what it's called, but they let it out. It's like a scent. And, but that's what it is. You see all of it. But when we get that little flesher deal, you would flesh all this. It's like a wire wheel, and it will throw all this off, and that will go all the way down to look like quills. I mean, it'll look just like feathers are coming through his butt. But this is how you do a duck.
Awesome. Thank you.
So you have now the work starts. So all this meat and fat that you see on this thing, everywhere has to come off, and then you turn this inside out. You could go home and wash it too. Like in the washroom, like in the sink. After you get it all off, then wash it with soapy water, like soap, like Dawn dishwasher soap. Get all the grease, degreasers, and it will be really nice. And then dry it with like a blow dryer or a shop vac, you know, and just let it all dry. But okay, so that's all the way inside out, inside out.
My skin's squirrel.
There's a little hole here,
Oh, it's so soft.
but that could be
It's like
sewed up.
dough that's rised.
Whenever we've mounted it. All this, you pull down just a little bit more to right to that spot. You just keep skinning it down. All the meat off, all the meat off. Same with the wings. Pull them out. You just go slowly, skin all the way to that knuckle.
Okay.
If you
The
want,
last
but I mean
knuckle.
that's just showing you. Next time we'll do it right. I just did it real fast. So you know. People think you're like people yell, you know, used to tell me you waste meat or you're wasting when you're just cutting the breast off with the waste. But what are you gonna eat? Like if you feel here, there's nothing. It's all bone.
I see
So
it.
it's best just to de-breast them, and that's most of it. Same with wild turkey too, because their legs are so much tendons and stuff, you can't even eat them.
How do you get that back tail off of like the turkey? Do you
Turkey.
just cut it off? Or
Yeah, so it's almost would be like this one, kind of, you know, like has this. So there's a joint in there in that turkey, and so you would just feel on the outside till you could stick your, you know, feel where the knuckle is, and then you cut it from the top. You'll get all the feathers, so you know they're all laid that way, and you cut it. Then you can spread it open and all that meat, and then you scrape it and put salt. I'll show
Just
you.
the
When
same
when
as
kill a
this? You
turkey-
scrape it just the
We're
same?
probably gonna go shoot
Yeah.
some turkeys at my.
And you don't need anything, especially when you salt to do it and all that, so you won't need anything. But when you kill turkey, I'll show you that for sure. But this would be a good one if you do want to freeze this, and then we can use this one to practice on the flesher. You know what I mean? So you can get the feel for it. Because it took me about 10 ducks before I wrapped them up in there. I did. My clients. And it's like, oh, I call them, hey, better shoot another duck.
One duck down.
One duck down. No, but a guy gave me like 25 ducks
Yeah,
to do
for our first.
for our first time. He's like, I don't care. He said, take these, whatever I get back, I'll pay you for it, but practice on them. And I think I took him back like 13. but it's fun.
Okay, so thank y'all for watching this video. Huge thanks to my neighbor. He's a taxidermist, and he helped me out with cleaning the duck. I had no idea how to clean ducks, but he helped me and showed me ways how to mount it and stuff like that. And so thank you, huge thanks to him. Thank you all for watching, and make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe and turn on the little dingle bell. And thank y'all for watching, and see ya.